superb for them once they take over that side. But the attack side starts first. This is a great opportunity to leverage space making from the Tejo utility. And they're actually reading the correct way at the beginning as they're leading 4 players towards this B side with only Noya playing the solo.
4 maps in a row, SRG starts on the defensive side. Haven will be the only one that changes if we reach it. And that means FlyQuest has to get the dub. Right now they've inserted, that's a good bit of noise that Faye is able to transfer over to the squad as they start to take the B site. It looks split for the retake by this Viper wall from Noya, so they're just waiting for the team to head elbow.
Yeah, Noya just has to contain here so they don't push out towards arches, but as you've mentioned, all that noise being heard is looking to get fought right now towards the B main.
Util dog, a bite, a scratch, and Sarah's gonna be able to get that first one down. A little trade from Ev. Nice shot on the concuss. And they continue to go through. Beta back and forth here, trying to work the wall. The mission to make sure still in the safe spot. Nice timing by Noya as SRG is doing just that, taking their time to encroach on this space. They know they have the numbers and they can all swing off each other when need be. Wait, Melia denying that, but also the defuse is going to still go through. They're dodging, dipping. Lydia gets the kill as they kill. Still go for the fights, but it's an SRG defuse and a pistol round once again.
It all fumbles here, Riv. Man, the dog actually bit 2. Stunned 2 players towards elbow. They had 3 players looking down that line. Yet somehow they still managed to get 1 kill and have the second player escape for SRG. Now what happens here in the pulse plan? Okay, you lose that fight. You know they're falling back towards elbow. Why are we not breaking the orb as we're also putting in our missiles down towards that spike? Break that orb to give a chance here for Melia to get that lurk. So it didn't really work out in their favor here in the pulse plan, and another pistol round here that goes the way of SRG. But thankfully here we've seen some glimpse of hope when FlyQuest Red took the defensive side, especially going through this series. They are starting to come back as well in pistol rounds in their favor, closing that gap on pistol round victories as well for FlyQuest. But this time around it's going to be SRG taking the first, or being able to talk first here in this series.
No movement after kind of taking this A space just to see if SRG gets antsy and wants to clear it. But they, again, play safe. I think FlyQuest have read this from the previous maps, but they're still hoping SRG will fumble it. And it doesn't look like it's going to be anything else other than A here. Melia not getting too much ground or finding any kills. And the Util's about to be dropped. 15 seconds as well, just to verify with the knife that they're going to be in the right spot too. And I think FlyQuest is going to have to move right now into this one. Darted out, cleared, and yeah, Alexis ready to pull the trigger with Lydia just on the other side of this crossfire. And there's the knife we were expecting. Hello. Only gets 1 though. Still kind of selling this. Love for Melia to get a kill here. Team walkthrough on one side, and that's the transition. SRG come out from the other one as they play Ring Around the Rosie on Shrimp and Crab.
1 enemy remaining.
No time either. Even with the lurk was a little bit too late for Melia, so that spike out in the open. Noya's gonna hold it out in the open, even winning that fight.
Yeah.
It was a nice attempt. I think even if the knife only saw Teo, but with the fact that a flash came out instantly from Jazzikins, you kind of knew, okay, both initiators are there, so there should be more players around here to work behind our walls. So again, I think I've mentioned this on the desk yesterday when we had a chance to watch SRG play on this map as well against Ghost Gaming. Is they have great utility and a great composition to do a little bit of everything here on this map. So that last round was a great example of containment with the harbor wall and just trying to stall as much as you could here with the orbs and the KO knives. So it was very nice. Allows them to put themselves here at 2-0, but not the best of bonus rounds yet, which is why you're starting to see a little bit of aggression coming out here for this side of SRG. The wall is trying to funnel players towards middle, but unfortunately they couldn't get that timing to do some punishments.
Nicely played here. FlyQuest quickly going through with the damage they did last round. They have to realize at some point you can't fully give SRG respect. They run it knowing they have the gun diff and pick up that flawless.
Yeah. A little bit nicer too.
A little farming.
Exactly. Avoid the Viper wall towards that B side. Work up towards middle. You're trying to isolate the fights too, and they were doing that very well. I think it was just a 1v1 towards A main that got good value there, but now this is going to get the 2 players ready towards this A side once Stonenote walks down. This is traditional Alexis and Lydia trying to fight towards this B main with a lot of utility from the controller and the KO. They don't want to give up the space.
FlyQuest goes quick. They want to surpass that one way. Get past, I should say. In, out, break the crosshairs. There's no follow-up. The flashes has separated the team. They're still able to find the cover, though. Very nice recoup there as they get into the site, and now they can play the wall accordingly as they set up their defensive spots.
Not too sure how the knife even got broken in the first place. Was it thrown too high? Should have been towards the boxes, towards the main, something to not allow the util to come out. And that knife that missed, man, that allowed the flash to get so much value from Jazzy. And this is an instant save out here for SRG. So they have to rethink how they want to fight this a bit. It almost felt here, Riv, at the same time, too, that what started a little bit of the chaos around SRG fumbling a little bit of the util is just a simple special delivery from Ev with the stun. It maybe pushed him off the lines here, that they couldn't play as aggressively if they wanted to with the Storm Surge and the mollies. So yeah, time to rethink how they want to fight that line.
I think one of the things I like from FlyQuest already is that they went in the mid just last round, right? They're using the map, because when we see SRG on this the past few times on Breeze, they're just heavily towards site. Maybe sometimes door with whoever's playing. I'm sorry, I was gonna say whoever's playing Jet with Dodonut at the time. But yeah, really heavy just towards site. So I think FlyQuest being able to vary it up throws it off what SRG normally sees from their opponents too. This time back towards that A side, but keep it a look across the map overall.
So now that you were able to save 3 weapons, this is a buy through this, but Edith is actually not going for, well, I mean, I guess you don't really need to, right? This was flawless pretty much for the last 3 rounds for FlyQuest. You don't really need to upgrade into anything. Keeping that money very much a flow for FlyQuest. And the protocols were a little bit earlier here for SRG. You want to try to find that early information from the drone and just try to fight with more containment on the A site. But FlyQuest is doing an excellent job right now, just playing a 2-2-1. Even avoiding the knife allows now Melia to start walking up here for them to play the fights towards the A site and maybe try to play inserts towards B.
Lydia might just throw the ult, knowing how many are behind the corner here. It's going to have to be a turn and run in this situation. They've avoided the op. Dodonut actually already rotated to the other site, so if it is FlyQuest activation here, they have a bit of the upper hand, and now are about to just full numbers the site. High Tide tries to come out. Not enough time. No, there is. And that's just going to be a small spot. Edith knows Lydia's hiding behind. It's all about Lexus anchoring in this situation. Great cover from Sarah, actually. It's just over the shoulder. Gets Alexis's trade.
I feel like it was a mismatch with util there. The lurk is perfect from Edith too. That might be another save. Donut has the op. You can't retake this on a 2 versus 4 unless mistakes happen, and mistakes did happen actually on SRG trying to anchor up that site because now you've forced to rotate out. Like I said, FlyQuest did an excellent job here by breaking the drone early on top mid and forced out to rotate in the first place. But what happens now is that those 2 players on each side, they have to get ready to play a little bit softer, so that now that Lydia gets spotted here, it shouldn't have been a fallback High Tide. It should have been a Storm Surge to stall, so you can't really come through, and then give a chance here for the High Tide to come up, for the players to come back together, and then start utilizing potentially even, more smokes to rotate back towards that site with the Reckoning on top of that, right? So I guess it was, again, pressure that didn't allow here for Lydia to have the best of utilities to stall here the door push.
I think it becomes a confidence check as well, in the sense that, SRG now has to realize how comfortable are they against this situation, standing close, double doors, Guardian, that ult there, but Fly's activating faster now. That might have worked on the past few maps where you might have seen Edith peak before they get to util, but it just seems much more in sync. And now SRG is going to get that time out to get that timing down and see what Googly has to say to the squad, as this is much earlier from them here than we've seen in the previous maps.
Yeah. And so far for FlyQuest, whenever they're slow defaulting like this, there is a little bit more of a lean here towards this A side. So I think we can't preemptively rotate Donut too much. I think maybe trying to go into the same similar things of like having Donut trying to peek through the double doors, even if they don't get really first contact into this, to waste out util from Sky at the very beginning will not allow for FlyQuest to get too much here to really execute towards site. So then maybe the anchor players could get more value here all over on the site. So I'd like to see SRG try to disrespect a little bit more the forward lines that FlyQuest takes here on their defaulting, just so that not only you slow things down for FlyQuest, but you're forcing them to utilize way more utility before they actually go for a sight hit.
Seeing these walls, keeping the op at A. I'd love to see Sarah get a little priority over here for Dodo Nut if that's where they are going to keep the op so they can get some shots through these walls. I mean, either site, once it gets down to it, it's just going to get walled up. So the op becomes that much harder. And I think FlyQuest knows they can play off that speed. Once again, balling up towards A.
Look at Donut disrespecting through that smoke, so they have full mid control. This allows for you to rotate a little bit more. Look at even Sarah moving in towards this A line now, so she can start ulting as well. Should start ulting as well. Should start ulting as well.
Oh. Should start. Possibly. There's one. Reckoning comes through for Lydia. Oh, that's a Hunter's Fury. Sorry, not the Reckoning. They're still
well, they had both,
last round. Yeah, had both. Lydia does get a kill up on that. Edith's down low, but they get the plant down. Edith gets zapped out of position there with a chuck dart. And they still have a good hold on the site, though. The drone's going to try to clear over the wall, but going to be quickly fizzled out. Dancing and diving. Ev's just being the first contact point. SRG still has to find the last members of FlyQuest hiding behind everything and the pit, and Ev's able to get out alive. They are just toying with SRG as much as SRG had time to toy with Fly in the previous maps here. Nicely done to play it so confident in these final moments of the round each time by FlyQuest, taking a much different approach to the series.
Now you gotta save the up again. Unfortunately, you can't save it anymore.
Can they?
I think this is actually going to be pretty good, though, because right now you're realizing here that FlyQuest are doing an excellent job to do sight hits without even getting punished by an op early in the rounds. So I think you're just going to have to put Donut as the rifler to start just fighting towards containing space. Now, the thing is I was, you know, looking like I was mauling through the Hunter's Fury, but joking around. But definitely, it was hard for Sarah to really get the Hunter's Fury out because nobody was really playing a forward line close to the A main to really hear the drone come out. So as finally start hearing it, that's when the Hunter's Fury came out. But because our teammate is already towards the back of the pyramid, there's already so much space taken away here by FlyQuest that you can't really delay and fight well enough. Lydia should have maybe popped the ult a little bit earlier as well to maybe help out in those moments. But yeah, it was definitely hard for them to find that timing to react.
Ooh, clean little flash through the cut window there, but they're going to be pinched on both sides as it's already been SRG pushed out. What a response from FlyQuest, but still it's Dodo Nut who had the line, had 3 in a row. Bladestorm's online if it's even needed this round, but at 8 HP it seems risky, so they all play their life.
I think you should
get back together to go hip and hip for doozies.
Or give that rifle to Sarah, pull out the Bladestorm. That's something I want to see coming out from FlyQuest back at Lotus, right? So this gives him a chance now for the 2v2. Use Dodo Nut as the tip of the spear to try to bait out, have Sarah trade out, and you know Sarah could clutch it.
Playing right on the spike. Ev's just going to give that position up for the fight. Comes up with the first kill. Almost stands tall for the second one, but puts Sarah down to 20. Basically collecting the round for the squad, and a quick shot from Edith cleans that up. Very nicely done by FlyQuest. Keeping their attack side very heavily in their favor. Yeah,
and right now it's just easy for FlyQuest. Like I said, I feel like there's a little bit of mispositioning right now for SRG, how they're starting off the defensive rounds. If you're looking for the status of the mini-map of how they're trying to put themselves into winning conditions or winning positions, they're not really being able to do so yet.
Yeah. Holy moly. There's been a lot of times that Fly and SRG have met in upper brackets and lower brackets and in grand finals.
Yeah.
SRG is usually getting that upper hand. FlyQuest doesn't want to feel that anymore. Really coming online in the second half of this series again to put the pressure onto A right away and challenge what SRG may have figured out.
Wall to contain as well, so it's really only Edith solo on the A side, but they're just sticking out there.
There's another one. Walls on walls. Oh my gosh, they're building houses over here. Oh, what a cheeky little play. Edith is well able to just get through the cosmic divide for a peek with the team at the same time. The SRG must just be pulling their hair out as they go to approach the site. Fly peeks them from every angle.
Dude, that was insane. Very, very nicely done, too.
That was insane.
I think there was there even a flash that came out from Jazzykins for them to swing out? If not, they just 3-2-1 all through the Cosmic Divide and just ran everybody down for SRG. That was very nice
the
by
high, low, in
FlyQuest.
different positions was just so effective.
Yeah, and now things just continue to spiral out of control for SRG. So it's from mispositioning from SRG to great team play and actual executes from FlyQuest as well. Also leveraging a lot of the util on top of that and cycling great ults for their site hits too. It's very nice to see the FlyQuest night and day results and performances so far from the last time that they played this in the upper bracket against Strike Blue. Definitely looking like they're able to shoot back as well. It's not necessarily just on the game plan here.
Yeah, that's it. They're not just answers. They're not shooting back. They're refined answers. The strategies are coming out. The last map, they felt double op would be strong, and they had the confidence for that. Now they're playing off the confidence of all of these rounds, and you have to do some crazy stuff when you have that much money, because then you get in your opponent's head. So having almost max on some of the players on FlyQuest allows them to do these pushes where they'll flash out of tunnel and try to take that fight mid instantly kind of stuff. And feel okay if they do lose a few. It's different because last map it was everyone going down. And nobody had money when you came out of a win round even.
Man, we are high-tiding very early as well for Lydia. Early knife too. They could just slow things down a bit here on this B side. I think this is preemptive if they're going to make too much noise and really execute this.
Yeah.
Yeah, thankfully the snake bite's going to slow them down for a bit, but look at the insert already you have from Edith at bricks. So now they can work around the map. So they're making sure here that you have one player playing towards that spawn to watch the rotates. You have everybody that's going to walk back towards A main silently because you already have the insert of Edith in the first place. And by the time they get there, they could cycle the wall back up and have the Jazzy flash instantly that's going to catch the players off guard because SRG is not trying to re-clear towards main. They have no drone to do it either.
Got confident. Going to be pushing through. SRG still deciding to play forward and not anchor from the back. They lose one. Sarah's there. This has got to be up for Alexis. Oh my God, two come through and they make the impossible possible. Just when you think another round where SRG tries to play forward for the anchor won't work, they come up with numbers. They come up with the round and they prove you wrong.
I don't know what happened there because I thought there was still a lot of time left to go back towards A main and just group up with Edith. I mean, you already knew the util that came out in the first place from the A main side. There's no recontest out of SRG in front of A main, especially when you have already somebody there towards bricks. So you have to think
it doesn't seem like it should work.
Yeah, the rest of the line of defense actually should be behind the Viper wall that you conditioned every single time. So you're going through the meat grinder, just going back through the mid double doors to where the stack could potentially be, because they're already given up on covering A site. So I think the re-hit should have happened towards A main instead. I didn't like that call.
Meteor shower here on B. 5 stars down as they crash into the site. Round 10, FlyQuest want to keep it going strong, and they absolutely get in the face of SRG immediately. Holy moly.
Well.
5 stars down. How much more can you tell a team that we are about to slam into this site? And they didn't care at all. Lydia here to be cleaned up, if that's the case. Gets a quick kill and has a bit of time on this spike to work around the walls. But it's Fly feeling too good. Ev gets the final one there, and they blossom another round into their favor. 7-3 now.
5 stars on the site, and SRG's review is like, yeah, we didn't like that. It didn't taste good to have players just run us down after you have just Theo playing RTS style Astra for the rest of the team to scale through. That was very nice. Change the pace, change the tempo as well from, you know, having that default that didn't work out that previous round into like, oh, let's just slam B.
Yeah.
And they're gonna do it again with the Armageddon again.
Like they said, the factor of having the money, this is conditioning time, right? The opposing team has to respect everything. It's just a Stop by Rebellion. They're the opposing team. Have to respect everything. Sarah with the kill. And yeah, that shuts down this play. SRG needed some breathing room.
Yeah, because that would have given like dog to Armageddon to really clear out that pit towards that B site. So having Ev falling down is actually very good for SRG on this defensive round.
Scout destroyed.
Knowing that was close. Dog had no time to run, so Alexis can call the initiators. Very close on double doors mid. That's going to call over Dodo. I'm sorry, that's Sarah now.
Yeah.
And this rock around by Edith is going to be crazy.
Edith is calling pineapple right now because they have the timing. This is an easy backstab onto Sarah potentially, but making sure that you clear full sight.
Oh.
There you go. There's the first kill.
1, 2.
And
yeah, look, Alexis knows she can't turn around. Very stoic and understanding the kills were going to come from straight ahead. Did what she could, but FlyQuest is still on the ball.
Yeah, just what happened there towards that mid round to really try to look towards middle. You can't because you've already placed the wall from Melia, so now you have the up down with the wall too. It blocks the vision, so it was very nice. It's well executed by FlyQuest on the fly, no pun intended. As soon as they lost Ev, right, just the pivot to say I'm gonna try to find a time to commit, put that wall up. Edith gets through, even gets a 3K on top of that. This is now Fly dissecting currently SRG on their defense.
The distance they have is so sketchy, but the understanding of their momentum right now, Donut has to respect that anybody could have been 2 feet from her. But they were across into sand, and still FlyQuest have that time, the understanding, and just the patience to take the round. Last round of the first half, but it's 8-3 in favor of FlyQuest for the first time. Man,
I'll be honest with you, Riv. When I saw this go into a third map of Ascent and then on Breeze, I was like, guaranteed. Well, actually, no.
After
Ascent when it was 8-0? Yeah, after Split, agreed.
Split is FlyQuest map. That's their 100%, and it went to SRG so handily.
Yeah, I agree. And then going into 8-0 Ascent, but then to this one, I was like, SRG has a perfect confidence. They know how to play it. Fly didn't look good at all on this map with this composition, but holy crap, did they put time around the clock this time around too to come out with pure passion this fight.
Double cloudburst distraction, but the team is separated from the Reckoning. Very nicely done. SRG is finally able to cut this tether that FlyQuest used to protect each other on the site take. And now they have the X-Fire right outside. Anybody who wants to try to get it is going to get taken down.
Look at a chess match again, dude. It's just beautiful, the util from both sides now. I've barely seen a gunfight. It was all util trades that ends up being a spray after through a cloudburst that literally wins that fight. Just very nice. That was sick.
All right, cheeky inserts. Little elevation change my melee on the box to not get spammed. As they're now going to hold out. I mean, cross-map play would be kind of nutty right now because you avoid everybody on SRG, but still, you're asking for a lot to have to clear all of this space safely.
Yeah. Right now, the gap they have to identify here is elbow and B main. So Noya is currently jiggling into mid, but there's really nothing else at that part, so she can't really watch towards the B main. So they might still be able to walk in here for FlyQuest to get the plant down. But it's going to have to be 2 hero plays from both Thea and Melia onto this B site.
Is that a tip of that? Oh, they know one has already entered. They actually caught the backside of Jazzy close to the site. So it's going to be basically default plant here. Best B main save if they can keep somebody out there. But everyone's inside sight. They start to go ladder, back sight, and Jazzy's going to hold the cut. This is a lot of members flooding in from wall. Alexis with the pop flash, back turn in their end. Wall's going to keep them safe for just another section here as they clear quadrant by quadrant. Thea's actually to get in. Noya just misses it. Tunneled over the shot. Melia with one more here as they clean up SRG on the way back through. Melia ducking, dodging, actually puts the head down to avoid the damage. And this is going to have to be a jump up. Scene 1, spam through, running down the time, 3 HP, as Lydia limps back to the spike, and it's a known spam from Melia. Another clutch and a round win, 9-3 to end the half in favor of FlyQuest.
That was so clutch for the one that ran inside the cove as it wasn't broken once again. I thought it was going to be a diffuse under their nose, and somehow came through, killed the spike diffuser, and put Lydia at 3 HP into the fight. How did that turn back in favor? That's a 3 versus 5. How is this not traded in the first place? Unfortunately, it's because Noya only had a sheriff to work with, but that was the biggest kills out from Noya as well to allow here Melia, or sorry, the biggest kill from Thea as well to allow Melia to win that 1v1 in the end. That was huge. That should have been an 8-4.
FlyQuest is creating trap plays out of the walls that SRG uses. Those quadrants they freely moved into just made them be surrounded by the attack squadron of FlyQuest at the end there. Really neatly played, and man, FlyQuest have turned it up to a different level to even show this strength coming into map number 4. and likely pushing it to a 5th if they can get this pistol round. Kazakin starts him off with a classic on Denoya. That's going to be big wall and smoker down. Followed up by Dodo and Sarah from SRG, though, to slow things down. Alexis hot to fire. And now the plant comes through. It's going to be hard to retake the site for Edith and Jazzy.
They gave way too much space there, over from middle to B side. That knife disabled all that util and allow SRG to flood as soon as Noya realized that double push that she lost again. So they knew they had a 4 versus maybe 3 on that site, and they won that perfectly for SRG.
Your fault.
Little boop. One on the nose for Sarah. Wait a minute. Come on now. Getting in. Oh, wait. Perfect time to dash. They identify one more player so they can turn back to it. A 1v1, and FlyQuest is gonna get the pistol round. There's no way, Vans. There's absolutely no way.
I'm flabbergasted.
I can't. We saw this from SRG earlier, and you think one team can do that in a series. That's fine, but we get it from FlyQuest as well. Never backing down.
My guy, we had a 5 versus 3 in the 12th round where Lydia had a full harbor util, and unfortunately they lost that. But this time it was a 4 versus 2 where everybody was on an island. Where are we trying to find information or being able to trade off each other too? I felt like there was definitely some mispositioning here in that post plant scenario, and then that is an important pistol round coming out here from FlyQuest to show potentially here the domination on this 4th map and being able to actually push us into Haven. I would not have expected this. I thought, again, this game was over once we got here on Haven. Just
FlyQuest are showing some extraordinary just perseverance and ability to find the path around SRG. One of the teams that are praised for adapting in the game every round. A 3rd from Edith. A 4th from Edith. Fires. Oh my God, that was disgusting.
And
what is happening right now? They're juiced up.
Dude. Just one by one, again, just pop, 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 but it is an outlaw against pistols, right? So you're gonna have to give a little bit of credit as well to SRG, being like, it's still tough fights to take. All one-shottable, but that shot was clean onto Alexis.
Bring it down for the farming of ecos, bring it up for the statement made. It evens out.
Yep. And that's now blade storm available for Edith. That's also gonna allow for them to have a pretty strong bonus round for FlyQuest because they have still the outlaw.
Up and over and through the drop of the smoke. Nicely played. In the midst of the util is how SRG is going to have to do it now, as it's been fast from FlyQuest, even on the defensive side here. Dodonut's going to blast through, try to get a swing peek, and the rest of the team will follow there, and they are really using teamwork to make that dream work now. Moving forward together, though, Edith has something to say about it, but Dodonut and the rest of the team have made too much ground here, it seems, to allow this round to go in favor of Fly. Just Melia to clean up the round, as it looks like Orange is going to have a bit of trouble here.
Yeah, especially when we got a Hilo watching across.
Yeah.
Both Lydia and Noya are watching that. Boom goes the dynamite. So yeah, at least for now for SRG, I feel like they, as much as we were praising FlyQuest on how good they've been playing so far here on this map, let's reel it back as well to where they had pain points when they were playing on this map as well against Swim Check Blue. It was actually playing a defense as well. So right now, where they had issues with was actually having like the Astra and Detail playing a lot towards the A site and playing very similar positions as to where you had Lydia and Alexis most previously on the map of on this map on A site. So they might run into similar accounts if they're playing a little bit too passively to give so much space here for SRG to work with.
Oh, already flying into this one. What a curious spot to be in with the operator, and SRG take full advantage of that, but the trades, wait, Melia is incredible this series, completely saving the left side of the site, and mid's locked down by Thea. Now they can easily protect the Sarah, able to circumvent the defense, working behind enemy lines, makes it possible for SRG, but these rounds keep dwindling down to one player, and it's gonna be Jazzy. That's the one they call upon for FlyQuest, spreading her wings to bring it to a match point on map 4 for FlyQuest.
Again, it's going to be Sarah on a 1 versus X. On Ascent, it was a 1 versus 3, now a 1 versus 4. That is just so close, but no cigar. This time even had first shot against Jazzikins, but just couldn't connect the shots in the end. And it's FlyQuest now at map point. That was insane. Everything worked out perfectly, too. The knife disabled all the util on the defense as well over on the A side, and it just came down to the team deathmatch. And when you were telling me here, well, actually, let's hold that thought. Looks like FlyQuest, they need to hold now the mid push. Okay, now it's finally being slowed down. They were trying to actually punish somebody towards middle. But yeah, Riv, when you told me that this was going to be a fight right now out in the open at TDM, I would have given it to SRG every single time. But now, holy crap.
Oh my God. Does it again. The elbow spot just powering Edith somehow. Collat on the operator. That'll be left to the wayside. It's not something SRG even want to try to work with right now. But it is making everything happen for FlyQuest. They rotate over to the left side. A push from Melia allows this to be confirmed. And they are ready to bring this to Haven. Dodo Nut now with the Blade Storm out, looking to lay Fly low on the site take. Hunter's Fury up the gut to discombobulate the site, but is it going to be enough? Alexis and the rest of the team really haven't made too much ground in. Now they know the advantage is trying to be taken.
Huge.
Alexis finds one as the daggers go out. Sarah on another. SRG looking to stay alive, but Melia's got the lurk. Turns the heads around as the timing is getting tighter and tighter now for Shopify Rebellion, and it's only going to be Donut. They call upon the duelists to keep this map alive. On to Breeze, the firefight we expected to go for the crosshairs of Shopify has wholly gone in the favor of FlyQuest, and it's going to come down to a 1v1 again.
And it's a race. 14 seconds left. You have to stick onto the spike plant. That gives a chance now for Melia to close that gap too as soon as the spike gets planted.
Gets to the middle. That's Ben move, doesn't have the right side to plant on, and it's going to be all the way around to sand. I bet you Donut looks doors, right? Why wouldn't you in this situation? It's going to be the faster rotation, and Melia, who else to come up with a 3K on the final round, pits down just to show how much it means getting that ult out, because it's not needed. We're going to Haven. This series goes the distance.
Oh my God, Melia once again being the hero. You've seen flashes in the pad of what Melia was able to do on the controller roll from map to map, but this time being the hero on Breeze on a dominating one-sided affair for FlyQuest to push this onto a 5-mapper. I'm loving this right now. Color me, I don't know what, man. I'm just baffled how good that was a map there for FlyQuest. I'm impressed.
It's absolutely incredible. Rarely do we see a team turn around so much and kind of handle the battle after it comes to a reverse sweep. This is a reverse sweep with momentum that FlyQuest is showing us, and against a Shopify Rebellion that has been clearing the lower bracket nonetheless. There's one more for the lower bracket finals to come. The desk will break that down and set up our final map of Haven after this.